Napoleon, the French was trying to take over the world. And it was a rumor that it was trying to take over England and its colony. And these islands is a part of England's colony. A governor, an ex-governor of Virginia, was summoned to these islands to build forts to protect the city and the harbor from any invasion. When the Ghana, West Africa, bringing over 6,000 slaves. It took 600 slaves, 16 years, to hand carve this canyon.
Wow.
From top to bottom, just using chisels and hammers.
Oh, wow.
Why? Take all of the debris from here, and these islands are made of coral and limestone. So they take all of the debris, the rocks and so forth, cut it up to a cut right on the side of the wall to build the fort, what is Fort Fincastle. And this here actually was cut out as an escape route, working like 18 to 23 hours a day.
Wow.
With just chisels and hammers, from top to bottom, from back to front. And this was actually cut out as an escape route for the governor and his family. If the French would attack, the governor would have taken an underground passageway, you know, what led right here. Those staircase wasn't there as yet. It was a plain walk. And this was cut straight out to our wall, where we had a cove. We had a ship there. And the only way leaving these islands back in the day was by ship. Heavily guarded, supplied with food, water, and so forth. If the enemy would attack, sneak it out with some of his personal bodyguards and take the ship out and sail to safety. But it never happened because the French was defeated in the canal back in the day from Great Britain. Folks, come. Over 4,500 slaves, 5,400 slaves died excavating this canyon. Folks, come right over in the shade. If you folks look closely, you will actually see the chisel marking. You'll actually see the chisel marking. You'll actually see the chisel markings. Now, the U.S. is right here, right next door. So they said, whenever this complexion, somebody a heritage is here, because your fathers, great-grandfathers and so forth had something to do with this canyon because it's very close. Downtown also we had a place called the Venue House. That's where they used to sell the slaves. Sell some abroad, down south, some stayed. Okay? They said, don't matter how they spread you all over the Caribbean, still one set of people. Because back in the day, when they do capture the slaves, they used to capture whole families. And they never sell two family members together. They separate them. Wow. Okay? So why is it they separate like 5 folks? As a family, they separate them all around, right? When they link up with another slave and start off a family, when it basically brought up, it's still the same people because brother, sister, son, sister, brother, son. Okay? Now, you folks always imagine this tree here, right? Is that a tree in the soil? You always, you can imagine though, how does the roots go underneath the tree, underneath the ground? You can never see it. The only way you see it if you yuck it up, but you want to know how does it grow. Do you want to see how does the root goes under the ground? Anybody?
Yeah.
This is how it goes under the ground.
Oh, wow. Look at those roots.
This tree didn't start from the bottom. This tree starts from the top. And that's how the roots make its way down to get them down to the soil to get a nice fresh drinking water, the rain water. They come this way now. This is the cut where they borrow the rocks and the debris, cut it up through there, up on top to build Fort Fincastle. These carves out in the wall itself, it represent memories. If they said whenever a slave died, one of the close slaves along with him will carve out a remembrance of him. So all these are remembrance of a slave that passed away. Up here, This tree here, it's going to make its way down also. Maybe next 5-10 years, it's come back to the islands. This big tree will be like that. Then you can say, oh, I remember that was the biggest one, and this one is now big so. Okay? Now, why this was called the Queen's Staircase? Why? Back in the day when it was slavery, the loyalists used to come to town, and they was deployed how the English was treating the black slaves. They went back to England and keep protesting against it. Okay? There was a lady by the name of Queen Victoria, our monarchy, who was inside our Royston Square now on the statue. Her name was Queen Victoria. Well, Queen Victoria was crowned Queen of England at the age of 18 years old.
Wow.
Wow.
1 year later, she signed the Emancipation Act, free all the slaves in the Caribbean under the British Empire, and grant us these 700 islands and keys, what we call the Bahama Islands. Prior, 31 years before the folks in the U.S. was free from slavery, the folks down in the Caribbean was already free. Okay? In 1901, when she died, Her Majesty, the folks of these islands were saddened by her death. They didn't have time to thank her and show her appreciation for setting the slaves free. Driven by determination to preserve her memory, they said statues could always get break up, portraits could always get discarded and lost. So they came back to the canyon, pick up those same chisels and hammers. Remember, their foreparents, as slaves, was forced to cut this canyon from top to bottom. They came back here as free men and carved out 66 steps in the island itself. For each year, Queen Victoria is on the throne. That's why they call this whole area here the Queen's Staircase. That waterfall is a man-made waterfall. It was made in 1969, making preparation of our Declaration of Independence. And it is called Tandem Fall. Tandem Fall, African word, freedom. These islands are famous for pirate tearing back in the day. You guys know the pirates? Pirates who like to kill, plunge, and plunger.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Whenever the pirate saw a French or a British sloop going across, they'll either put on a French or a British uniform, hoist a French or a British flag, and throw out a distressful signal. So whenever the captains or those ships saw it, they will come to try to assist. But we are surrounded by shallow reefs and water. The big boats, what they had, will bog in the sand. And the pirates will come over, kill, rob, plunger, and take whatever. And whenever a pirate takes treasure, he always looks for a desolated island or a desolated key and bury his treasure. And he always leaves a distinctive mark. Anybody know what that mark is?
X.
So when anybody come right over here. Let's come and let's watch out for this stuff here.
Okay.
Let's everyone come right over here. Oh, let's come over, girls. Don't be afraid. Come on, don't be afraid. Come on this way. Come this way. Now I want everyone to try and do this walk. Does anybody can see an X on that rock where they believe it's pirates? So put it over, show it, point it out. Point it out, point it out. Come on, don't shut up, don't shut up there, don't shut up. Come on, come point it out. You see it, come on. You gotta look at it from a distance. Anybody can see that X?
Oh yeah.
It's right there.
You see it? So the folks who doesn't see it. Yeah. That's the X right there. Yeah. Now, back in the day, the guys some saw this rock on one of those desolated islands where it was famous of pirate tears, right? But this big rock, this big looks so mystic, right? They went to it, cut the wineries and the vegetation from on it, and discovered it was a doorway to an underground cave.
Oh.
With help, they Buddhist walk, went inside, and find the most significant treasure finding ever in the Caribbean. That's why they call this treasure rock. Why? This is the rock to the doorway to the underground caves that hid the treasure. This is the X that marks the spot where the treasure was. They call this rock Treasure Rock, and they call that island Treasure Cove.
Oh.
Okay?
Yeah.
Now, folks are couples.
Mm-hmm.
You want the couple?
Mhm.
All right, don't you want to come this way. Where you from?
Florida.
Florida, what part?
Lakeland.
Lakeland? Okay. You're going to stand right over here. You're going to give me, once you touch these islands, you actually become a Bahama mama. And he's a Bahama papa. Now you're going to come over here. You're going to give him a Bahama mama, a Florida, Vina White pose. I don't want none of these. Dad boy wants you to give him a pose at the X.
Okay.
Just step up a little bit. There you go. You be on walking stick.
Okay.
This here is actually the passageway. This actually was the underground
Right here?
passageway. Where the
Wow.
slaves carved from the fort. This was the escape route. What led right out to the fort, right out to this entrance. They said whenever a slave was in their cabin and he passed away and died, they leave him right there. They bury him right there. They never take him out. So there's plenty lost souls in there.
Wow.
Over the period of weeks and months and years, the government decided to close it up because the young kids were throwing dirt and debris in it. Okay, now folks, we're going to climb the staircase and get to the fort. Now, if you want to climb it, we could climb it, or everybody could take off, we could walk all the way around. Do you want to climb up?
Yeah.
What you want to do? Okay, so what you do, I want to go up?
Y'all want to walk?
Which way y'all want?
Majority vote. You want to walk around?
No, I'm
Oh.
I'll
Okay.
take her right around, and you're going to walk right up and come right around.
Okay. Well, since y'all going around, we'll go around.
You want to
Cool.
go right? Let's go.
Yeah.
Ladies want to keep that figure, and this
That's what
where the
they do?
athletes, yeah, and this where the athletes come to work out also. You want to go on camera? Oh wait, so you want to take a picture too? Take a picture. You guys are on.
Is that the water? Bahama water.
Bahama mama. Walk a little faster. There you go.
Necklace, beach wraps, bag, so forth.
Public restroom.
Can you watch one?
No.
You want to come?
All right.